All right. Oh, I forgot to give back the can. I have to take it all the way over there. It's too far. Damn it. Damn it. I'll have to wait till Monday. There's nothing I can do about it, guys. I mean, I got to take it over to that shed over there. I mean, think about it. Think about it. You know, I'm not a machine. You know what I mean? All right. Yeah, I can see you again. All right, do this thing. All right. Awful lot of traffic for rainy. Oh, it's Friday too. That's why. That third tree, man. Monday, you and me, we're gonna have words. Those words are gonna be chainsaw words, cranky chainsaw words, cranky chainsaws. Well, I thought that truck was somebody else's, but it wasn't. But I literally can't knock on people's doors without getting a job. So there was a lady, one of the neighbors across the road. She's like, you know, for my client, she's like, are you free anytime soon? I said, I can't take on any more clients, but they only need me to rototiller a garden, right? But not till like May. You know, just like one day's work. Oh, yeah, sure, why not? You know, no problem at all. It's like her husband has a bad back. I've talked to her husband like a gazillion times. It's like Pierre or something, a French guy. Anyway, nice guy, but apparently he's got really bad. But he just finished building that house. He built that house in like 8 months. You know, pretty much all by himself. A couple of people helping. Holy bouncy. He's playing hopscotch coming up. Ah, Gerald's in the way. I'm gonna push him out of the way. Gerald. Oh, look what he did. He's gonna make me walk really far. I can't get through there. Well, I can, but I don't want to scratch the paint of the silver pellet. If I hit Gerald's truck, he'd be mad. But if I hit my dad's new truck, I'm dead. You know, even the thought of hitting it can get me into trouble. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna park back over here. Everybody will be like, why is Reg parked over there? Gerald. It's Gerald's fault. But anyway, hopefully there's no big potholes here. I haven't looked in a while. Oh, there's a hill there. Oh, okay. I should have looked before I backed up. What do you guys? Nah. Well, it's too late now. Too late now. Here now. I'm parked like this. Gerald's fault. That's it. And put that there. Not a bad day. Don't know about the saw yet, so I gotta wait till. Oh my God! Look at all the mess in here. Oh my God! What happened? What happened? There's some scrap metal there. Oh, gotta bring that in. Gotta bring my watering trough in. Pack everything in. Yeah, so I got everything done that I wanted to get done today, so that's good. Except for I didn't get to talk to one person. And, oh, there's flower seeds. I gotta find out from my other kind of temporary client. I gotta find out. Well, I gotta give her the information of the operations of planting those seeds. Right, so I always got something I have to do, you know what I mean? And that's good. That's good. Like getting it back to my parking spot. But I can't because Gerald. Why Gerald? Why? I don't know why he parks there. You always go further in, you know. Anyway, I'll make fun of him when I go in. So then I'll consider that even. Yeah, so the saw, she hasn't talked to the client yet. And even if that client, you can't call her before like 3 o'clock in the afternoon because she's got stuff she does that she can't be interrupted. So whatever the fate of Tree Kong is going to be, which, I mean, come on guys, you saw the video. When you want to just see that thing just massacring trees, you know, that nice big 72cc saw with the 20-inch bar, brand new chain, very chompy kind of chain. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. The 372 and the 272 of the biggest saws I've ever used has been those. I've never used anything other than my dad's Johnson, which is I think 54 cc's, and that thing my dad's already starting to. He's at the point where he's taking it apart almost every time he goes to the bush. So if I get that big honking tree Kong, and once it's paid off, I'll let my dad use it. And then once I get a new saw, I'd probably even give it to my dad. Just so, but I really don't want my dad to have a saw that heavy, just because, I mean, he's 73 years old. He's 72, 73 years old. You know, and he's got a really bad back. I don't want to do that to my dad. You know, it's like, you know, what I might do is get that other saw, the 69cc saw, that old 39. If it's cheap enough, if I get that from John for, say, $150, $200, I'll make money with it, and then I'll just give that to my dad, so my dad has a good, at least a secondary big saw, so when one breaks, he can, you know. I mean, that old Johnson of his, that thing weighs a ton. It was 21 or 22 pounds. A 54cc saw, full of, half gas and oil, was 21 pounds, because it's all steel. It's an old saw. Like, that saw is probably about 50 years old, you know what I mean? 40 years old, whatever it is. And it's heavy, you know. I just don't want my dad having to use something that heavy for the stove wood, you know. At some point, it's going to have to be me cutting the stove wood for sure, which I think I got to start taking on that responsibility this year. I'll cut the stuff for next year, just so he doesn't have to do it, you know. And I think he kind of enjoys it a little bit too. I mean, anybody that gets to use a big, angry, cranky chainsaw, like, you love the chainsaw part of it, your body doesn't like it, you know. But yeah, the 72cc saw, I've used Paul's 372 many times. I've used my buddy Chum, who I just hopefully if he started work last week, I just got him a job at the scrapyard. Well, I didn't get him the job, but I'd recommended him anyway, sort of. Well, at least let Gary know that he was looking for work. So anyway, I've used his saw. Him and I have used that 272 to cut wood quite a bit with it. So of big saws, I'm already familiar with the 272 and the 372. The 372 is just a newer version of the 272. Cut maybe about a pound lighter too. So the 572 I've never used yet. All these electronic saws, these new generation electronic, like still has the M-tronic, and then they got the 500i, which is fuel injection. I don't know if fuel injection is quite going to be the future of chainsaws, because there's for every great thing about it, there's a couple of things that they haven't quite worked out yet. And I mean, the 500i's been around now for over a decade anyway. And fuel injection power equipment like that is not new. I mean, it goes, I think Still made what do you call it, a concrete saw that was basically the platform, the base platform for the 500i, right? It was, and this was back in the 90s. So they've had, 20, maybe almost 30 years to perfect fuel injection on a chainsaw. And it looks like they're pretty darn close, you know. I remember fuel injection cars when I was a kid. Everything was carbureted, right, from the 1970s. Fuel injection cars. Anybody with a fuel injection car was like, yeah, it works good, it works great, but don't be in a hurry, because, you know, like they lagged. You know, even with turbos, they lagged. The fueling wasn't. It was like it was electronic fueling, but it wasn't like it was electronic fuel injection, but it wasn't, you know, it wasn't like now where you have like a computer running it, right? Where it gives you the best, no matter where the throttle is, you're at the best throttle. With a carburetor, you get one like sweet spot with the carburetor. Whether it's a motorcycle, whether it's a lawnmower, whether it's a chainsaw, whatever, there's always a sweet spot, and there's always like a couple of spots where it doesn't run as good. With the M-tronic, it's basically still carbureted, but you don't have to adjust it. It does it all for you. So it's kind of sort of the best of both worlds, where you have electronic fueling to give you the best power all the time, but the carburetor is more complicated in a lot of ways than the fuel injection, where fuel injection is purely electronic, and well, except for the what you call it, fuel injector, right?